Clarity is king in public speaking. Because if the audience don't know what you're trying to say, well, then they're not going to change how they think, how they feel, or what they do afterwards. My name's Murtagh. I help people speak with more confidence and impact. And if you stay to the end of this video, you're going to learn exactly how to deliver a message in a clear and compelling way. Now, often there is a lack of clarity in a presentation because of one of two reasons. The first being that there is no point in the presentation. Someone's telling a story, they're sharing statistics, they're sharing facts, but they're not actually saying what all of this means and why you as an audience member should care. Or there are too many points in a presentation. We've all seen one of these when someone's telling a story and there's maybe 5 different lessons you can take from the story. Which one should I go with and should I follow? So the key to avoiding both of those scenarios is to become crystal clear on exactly what you're trying to say to the audience. You have to define your key message. And the best way to figure out what you're trying to say is to ask yourself this question. If the audience can only take one thing from my presentation, what would I want that to be? You know, they've done studies where they take a group, an audience, and they show them a presentation. And then 1 week later, they ask that same audience how much they remembered. And it turns out audiences tend to only remember after 1 week, 5% of what was said in a presentation. So you've got to ask yourself, what 5% do you want your audience to remember? So for example, let's say that the key message of my hypothetical presentation is that chicken schnitzels are the best meal in the world. Now this is good for 2 reasons, because number 1, now I know the point I'm trying to get across to my audience, and number 2, I can now build my whole presentation with that key message in mind. For instance, I now know at the start of my presentation, I need to bring up this idea of chicken schnitzels being the best. I know in the middle of my presentation that I need to argue my case. I need to give the facts and figures as to why the chicken schnitzel is superior. And at the end, I know I have to reinforce my point and deliver a key call to action for people to go out there and get themselves a chicken schnitzel. Now that's a silly example, but I hope you can see how becoming clear on your message helps you build an entire presentation. Once we know what we're trying to say, we can make sure every single part of our presentation is shouting that message to our audience. That's how you make your point crystal clear. Now, it can be a little tricky to do this well by yourself. So something that might help you is working with a coach. But you need to figure out who the right coach is for you. So check out this video on how to pick the perfect public speaking coach for your goals and your needs. I wish you the very best for your next presentation. Subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and I'm sure now you know how to speak with clear clarity.